Thank you for being here. I love this circle. I love giving to you. It's such a pleasure. Uh, so, Today we are talking about same but different in fertility because so many times there's this feeling that what's happened before is going to happen again. And whether that's you've been pregnant before, you've had a child before, and you think, oh, this time is going to be the same, it's going to be easy, or it's going to be hard. Or you've had losses, and the feeling is that those losses are going to happen again. Something today in my garden made me think of you, and we're going to get to that in a second. If you don't know me, I am a conscious life and business and creating coach for fertility, life, and business. And I love combining all those things because usually when there is the wholeness of your life, when you're in joy and health, then everything else is happening in the way that you imagine. And that is exciting to me. It's kind of putting your voice, your purpose out into the world, whether that's through what you're creating in your body or out in the world. Okay. So I wanted to just put that out there. There are things down in the description, including free fertility meditation and as well a couple of other things. And we also have the private inner fertility group. So I love to share that because it's a beautiful space. So, diving in, it's very noisy at my house today. I've got all the windows shut, so hopefully you don't get overwhelmed by all the craziness out there. They're doing construction, I'm not sure what they're doing. So, same but different. What do I mean? Well, today I was out in the garden and I had planned just to, water a couple of things. My irrigation is part of the garden's totally irrigated, part's not. And we have a gardener and she's very intense person and maybe not, my number one person as a person to hang out with, but incredibly gifted. But once in a while, she gets a little too aggressive, and it reminds me of the trauma, that I've had and that you've had, maybe out there around loss. So it's not exactly the same, but it made me think of you very much. So we have a trellis. I'm going to actually put a post up in Ariel Green Andersson on Instagram, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. So there was one side where we had uh, passion flowers. There was a whole trellis, and it was gorgeous and very full, and it created privacy between our place and another house, and where we have friends, but you still like your privacy. And one day, because we've had some rat issues in the neighborhood, they run around and they've been eating all the apples on our tree. So she just ripped the whole, like all of those beautiful passion flowers, goodbye, gone. And it's just a bunch of dead looking vines now, like the really strong ones. And there were a couple little sprouts here and there, but then they were scorched by the sun. And so it just looks, I don't know, barren. And I realized that our whole family was traumatized by this because it was like, took away, it's like peeling back a layer of your protection, literally, it's like taking off your clothes without being prepared for that. That was a bit of a weird example, but you know what I'm saying. And it was just, we've been feeling really exposed for months and months and months. So then we've got another set of trellis and fence between another neighbor who we're also friends with, yet, privacy is nice. And it's right where our hammock is. So, but the rats were definitely living in there. It was big and bushy. And those, I'm trying to remember what kind of flowers they are, but they have these big leaves. Maybe one of you will know when you see that. I would be curious what it is. I can't remember now. But beautiful, lush, and lots of privacy, but rat house. So they ripped out one day. I come and she's completely ripped it out. She's like, gotta get these guys out of here. And it was worse than before because that fence was wire. So there was hardly any privacy. We were just in the other yard. And why am I telling you this? What does this have to do with fertility? Well, I'll tell you. Yesterday I went out and I looked and I was like, it was only 2 weeks ago ish. And it's already growing back like full force, growing back. I started weaving in the tendrils this morning. It brings me joy to do that, to kind of create the web, because it'll reach for everything. And I looked at this other place and I thought, it's still barren. It feels still like this trauma that someone came and just ripped everything. And then I was expecting, when they came and they started doing this, my whole body shut down and I realized I was expecting it to be the same. That it was going to be, once again, we'd have no privacy. Once again, there would be months and months, or never again, there would be something there. And I already, put up one of those shade sails, just to have some privacy. And yet it was growing back, growing back, growing back. I was so happy. It's just so happy. It's so lush and it's growing and it's creating. And I thought of you, and I'll tell you why. I thought of you because I think that so often when there's loss, or loss after loss, there is the expectation that the next time is going to be another loss. And it's just not always true. And you and I need to always remind our bodies, this time I will hear you, how you want to be supported, how you need to be nourished, what environment you need, what people, what supporters, all those things. We were talking about environment a week or two ago. Being surrounded by what matters. This is one of those things, your protection, your feeling of safety, of space, and at the same time remembering, same but different. It can look the same, it can feel the same, but this time is different. And we have to remind ourselves and our bodies that something else could happen. Because sometimes when we remember and we're connecting to the past, which is so important, it's a part of your history, it's a part of my history, and we've got to remind ourselves that we don't know everything, that it can be different, that it will be different, and do whatever is possible to calm your nervous system, your body. In fact, let's talk about nervous system tomorrow, and calming the nervous system, reminding it that it's safe and all that. This is so, so important. So the next time you are doing what you need to do to get pregnant, whatever that means, whether you're on your own or with somebody, is telling that story to your body. Yeah, that was last time, but this time, the growth, the vitality, it's all coming together. It's trickier. I know that it's trickier, but I also know that your body knows exactly what to do, and you are receiving that information from it, from whatever sources are coming your way. And so this time might seem the same, but it's going to be different. And this time is coming. This time will come in the right time. And there may be some things along the way that may seem as though they're blocking it, or aren't, it's not going to come together. But trust, 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 trust. Oh, I know that if you're here, that you are going to support yourself, your body, your spirit, maybe that baby that's hanging around, waiting for you, for that right moment when things align within you and outside of you. It's coming. Okay, I'm Coach Ariel Andersson. If you have any thoughts, comments you want to put down in there, go for it. And I'd love it if you'd like, follow, share this, and I'll see you next time. See you tomorrow at 10 a.m. weekday. It's our time. Bye, Pacific. Bye.